Hey guys, what's going on? We're back again with another episode of Nomad Megalobox 2 and episode 6. And this episode, pretty much, we get to see more of the breakup, like what happened with the breakup between Sacchio and Joe. And in this episode, more of the blame is going to Sacchio rather than Joe.
Oh my, it definitely is.
Oh yeah.
So, we just get the first episode started. We see Joe just picking up water and Bonjiri, one of the orphans.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting assisted by Joe and ends up dropping a sign showing his restaurant because it was mentioned in the last episode he wanted to be a cook.
Right.
But then it goes on to the orphans talking about Joe. We have Ochio, we have Santo, we have Sacchio and Bonjiri.
Yeah.
And then we have the mobsters, and you know how it is with mobsters in Megalobox.
Oh yeah. It's never a good thing with mobsters being involved because usually some conflict is going to escalate and happen, and who better to cause the conflict than Sacchio?
Yeah, he's like Gabby at this point.
Sacchio being, hot-headed and a little short-tempered because one of the guys told him that, oh, you're not even a serious fighter. You're just there to get beaten up and whatnot. Like, you're nothing. Like, there's nothing that they need to be afraid of. So, Sacchio ends up getting a bottle and breaking it over the guy's head. Yeah. good job, kid.
It just starts stirring up like the whole pot. Then we see more flashbacks. We see Ochio's perspective.
Yeah.
When she's at the shop asking about all the sorts and bits of changes going on. And we just see her like witnessing the breakup with Sacchio and Joe, and then even the fight with Lou.
Yeah.
And then we just see Sacchio get his ass kicked.
Oh yeah. Nice.
He had a chance. It looked like it, but then no.
Yeah, Sacchio did not have a chance at all. Like, even though he's there for, to fix a fight, but, just like Joe, Sacchio wants a clean fight. He wants a clean fight to try to prove himself, but it's just not working in his favor. And it's just as what Aragaki said in the last episode, that he's not meant to be a fighter. He's not. He's trying, but it's just like it's not working for you, kid.
He just does sneak attacks. That's it.
Yeah.
Joe literally let him get knocked out by him.
Oh yeah. So, with the actions of Sacchio when he broke a glass bottle over the guy's head, those two same mobster guys come back to Bonjiri's place and completely trash it, and then they took his deed.
Yeah, that just hits hard. The boy works so hard.
Yeah, just for him to have a restaurant where he can serve people and make a living. And thanks to Sacchio's actions, Sacchio now chases after the guys so that way he can try to get the deed back and find a way to pay for it. And Sacchio, begged and pleaded, and the guy said, okay, under one condition, you have to, fight. And here comes this big, tall, muscular-looking dude, scary-looking face.
God. So dramatic.
Oh yeah. Like, yeah, you're gonna fight this guy, and I'm just like, he's gonna get his ass beat. Like, there's no chance. So, another scene where one of the guys, I think one of the head mobster guys, or the guy that pretty much he's the guy that owns and runs the ring.
Oh, I know exactly who that is. That's Fujimaki. He was from the first Megalobox, actually. He's the mobster that Nambu was afraid of.
Right.
That man lost both his eyes because of him.
Yeah.
And the scene that got me chills in my spine is saying that even though you have freedom, you still crawl back here.
Yeah.
Or something like along the lines of your chain still intact.
Yeah.
And Jojo's being real to saying, hey, I just want to protect. I don't even want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe said, he wants to protect what's here now. And it's pretty much the orphan kids because they think that Joe left them, but as we explained further in this video, that's not the case. And you'll see why.
Yeah, so we go down and we just see Joe about to walk in front of Sacchio, saying, "Hey, I'm taking this over. Go sit down."
Yeah.
He didn't really say that, but in that expression, he's like, "Let me handle this."
Yeah, and Sachio was like, no, don't butt in, but Fujimaki says, this is my ring, I make the rules.
So sit down.
Yeah, literally, like, just stay out of this, just sit this out. So, because he was gonna get destroyed anyway, so Joe ends up fighting the dude, and Joe ends up taking the fall. And of course, a lot of people got hyped that, whoa, Gearless Joe is back and whatnot. And a lot of people were betting on Joe to win, and Joe ended up taking the loss. And I think, of course, reason why he took the loss so that way those guys like Fujimaki can make money off of the people that are betting on Joe, so that way they lose their money and then he gains it. See, you gotta know the business. You gotta know the business.
Yeah. If you focus more on the scene, you see the flashbacks of Joe versus Lou, where it almost looks similar.
Yeah.
Where Joe had the advantage, he gets the disadvantage, he gets knocked out, and then President, he's knocked out.
Yeah. But in the flashback, they showed that when Joe was fighting Lou, because Joe wanted to win the fight so that way he can get the prize money, pay for the operation for Nanbu, and before the match even happened, Santa gets a call saying that Nanbu's condition is getting worse. Hey, we're gonna leave and go to the hospital right now. And Joe decided that no, I'm gonna stay because I made a promise to Nanbu. So Joe stays, Aragaki stays, and Ochio decides to stay so that way she could see the end of it. Like, all right, I'll stay so that way I can see the end of this. And yeah, Joe ends up losing.
Yeah, it's sad when you finally build the pieces together. And next thing you know, the match is over, everyone's back in the bar, and Sachio's just having a beer, just like, oh, so is this a happily ever after?
Yeah. And
he just showed up with so much confidence in that little statement.
Yeah, but I think a really important scene in this episode was when Joe lost, like his complete spirit was just gone. Like now it's like I lost. That also means I lose the chance of trying to save Nanbu, and I think that killed them inside the most.
Yeah.
Because we see him getting back up and going straight towards Lou, saying that it's not over. He still wants to fight, but it's like, bro, it's too late, man. You lost.
There's no turning back.
Yeah. And then Joe ends up getting the deed. Now, past the flashback, Joe gets the deed, gives it to Bonjiri, and of course Sachio being mad about it and telling Joe to leave, never come back. And was it Sachio or was it Ochio that said that he should leave, and since you came back or whatnot, like what made you came back? And Ochio saying that I'm asking you to leave us alone for good. So
yeah, I think it ended up being her, but then Sachio. And then Sachio, well, the orphans are done questioning, like, yo, why did he leave in the first place?
Yeah, and that's when Sachio said, I told him to never show his face around here again. And we get another flashback to the funeral of Nanbu, and of course everyone's there grieving. We also see Yuri there as well, and Joe's in the back, and Sachio comes up next to Joe saying, never show your face here ever again. It was Sachio that told Joe to never come back. So in hindsight, it was Sachio that told Joe to never come back. It wasn't Joe just up and leave and abandon the orphans.
He didn't. He respected Sachio's decision, which,
yeah.
Was it a good idea? Probably not.
Yeah.
But it opened up a lot of opportunities for Joe, which was actually a good setup, in my opinion.
Yeah. That maybe this is a chance that Joe can repair the relationship between him and Sachio and the rest of the orphans.
Yeah, and you just see this character that's hard at fighting, but now hard at fighting for forgiveness and redemption.
Yeah. So
And I feel like that's a pretty good setup for this anime series.
yeah, redemption.
We see just more of Joe actually being a human instead of just a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is getting good. I cannot wait for the next episode, bro.
Same here, man. It's gonna be even more and more interesting. And just with this episode, we see now the pieces are connected. Now it's like we know exactly what happened back in the first season, or the events after the first season that led up to the beginning of this season. Now all the pieces are connected. Now we get to see what's gonna happen next, moving forward.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this series so far, and I don't know how many episodes are this season.
I don't know, but I don't want it to stop, and I don't
No.
want it to be rushed. So
I feel like it's gonna be one of those 12 episode ones, but I'm hoping it isn't.
yeah.
We gotta research this next episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, anyway, guys, it concludes our episode review of Nomad Megalobox 2. Let us know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Anyway, guys, until next time, and as always, stay classy.
Peace out.